coming up. Entering college football, entering conference championship week, I should say, we talked about all the scenarios that could play out here. Let's bring up our projected 12-team bracket again as it stands today. A lot could shift, but let's go ahead and run through this. We got some new teams in different places now. So.
Yeah, and real quick before we get started, because I still like to address the chat, they said, what about BYU? BYU, simple as that. You beat Texas Tech, you are in. BYU, their only loss of the season is against Texas Tech. So when you talk about a team that has been, they've been underrated, it is BYU. All right, going with our ratings, starting over here at the top. Oregon, Tulane. We know where we're going with that, Sam, right?
Yeah, we do. Maddie, what's it like watching this from home, by the way? This has got to be a trip.
This is terrible. I hate every second of it. But I'm gritting my teeth and I'm getting through it.
You're here in spirit.
All right, chat. Yeah. Everybody that's watching on the chat on YouTube, we're going through the bracket. Alabama, Oklahoma. This is going to be such a great matchup to run it back in the first round, but it is going to be on the road for Alabama with the way that they're playing. Now, the thing about this Oklahoma defense, no other defense in the country is as responsible for a team's wins than it is Oklahoma, right? You might say Ohio State has a better defense, but I would argue that Oklahoma's defense wins them more games because Ohio State, that defense has the luxury of having their offense that can put up points. This Oklahoma defense does not have that luxury all the time. They won their game last week, but John Mateer, 3 interceptions.
This is a battle of quarterbacks that just have not looked great down the stretch of the season, Maddie. Thoughts on the rematch here if we were to get it, Alabama, Oklahoma?
Well, you like to think that the second time around that Alabama's going to have a few more just tricks up their sleeves, but that also goes for our boy Venables and what he might do in that one. So I have to say that I'm still kind of leaning more towards Oklahoma and that defense getting the job done, and Mateer, Satania, and Burks just making the 1 or 2 explosive plays they need to survive like they've been doing the past few weeks.
Especially on the road, it is tough for me to lean here with you, Sam. But
another extra week of rest for Oklahoma.
Where are you leaning?
Oklahoma, by the way, Oklahoma's been a better road team than they have been a home team this year. I think Alabama could find a way to win that game.
Sorry, Matt, you're over there at home. We're gonna veto
he's
you.
He's not here to fight us in person.
All right, Ole Miss, Virginia. I think, or it could be a group of 5 team for all we know. We're gonna go with Ole Miss, regardless of group of 5 or Virginia.
Yep.
All right, Texas A&M, Notre Dame.
Speaking of rematch.
Now this could be BYU. Right?
Sure.
If we could go like this for the BYU fans that are in there. Notre Dame could end up being here on the first team out. But regardless, just for the sake of the exercise, I am going to go with Texas A&M winning this game. Moving on.
Real quick, just a question to you guys, Maddie Scoop. If I were to give you odds, what do you think the odds that Notre Dame is in the bracket come Selection Sunday? Better than 50%? Like that's really the question.
I would say better than 50%.
I would say you're right there, like 48%.
Because not a lot has to go wrong for Notre Dame to get bumped out.
We've already seen how that's mapped out, because if they get some wins with BYU wins and Alabama, they're toast.
All right,
I feel like a lot of people at home do as well about Notre Dame, is that I'll believe it when they're out, when I see it, right? Until that's actually taken place, I feel like Notre Dame is, of course they got the little 4-leaf clover in their favor, but man, I don't know. I don't know if Texas A&M can beat Notre Dame, dude. I really don't. I think that Notre Dame is a little bit of the cleaner football on both sides of it, but I'm cool. I'm cool with the Texas A&M pick for now. I'm just making the case of that Notre Dame defense, really good unit. I think it'll be very tough for Texas A&M to move the football consistently against them.
Notre Dame fans, Matt just
second
made
time
the
around,
case
especially.
for your loss.
No doubt.
Case for y'all. So we're going to do Notre Dame. We're going to put Notre Dame in to the quarterfinals. We're going to keep this moving. All right, Oregon versus Texas Tech here in the first game. What a great matchup. And then Alabama, Ohio State, 2 huge programs. Ole Miss, Georgia, you got to love that as well. And then you got Notre Dame, Indiana. The quarterfinals, every single time we have done this, has become a movie. So as we compare Oregon, who's going to be going again, go ahead, Sam, against Texas Tech, right? So strength of schedule overall, we see that Oregon has a win over there, but strength of schedule remaining, Oregon obviously isn't playing in their championship game, so chance to make the CFP 99-98, and then chance to win the CFP title 12% versus 7%. So I think that's an important metric right there, where Oregon is favored to win the championship 5% more. So who do we go with here, Matt? Matt, go ahead, jump in.
Man, give me Texas Tech for that football game.
If there was one team to say, I don't want to see them in the college football playoff, it would be either Oregon or Texas Tech. So to see them, I think, playing in the quarterfinals, that could easily be like a championship match. You said Tech, Maddie?
I did say Texas Tech, yes, sir.
So he's got Texas Tech, and I see somebody in the chat. Oh, you're talking about Notre Dame smoking Indiana. We'll get over there. All right, Alabama, Ohio State.
Oof. I'd take Ohio State. I mean, until I
They're
see...
a wagon. They're a wagon right now.
It's Ohio State. It's not even close, guys. I mean, it's not even close. How is Alabama going to protect against that defensive line and the linebacker unit? Matt Patricia is going to do work to that offensive line they got at Alabama.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go Ole Miss, Georgia here in this matchup. I think without Lane there, I'm just going to go Georgia. You guys disagree? We're running out of time, so I want to keep it moving a little bit.
It would be a great story, right? It would be great for the players there who've been through so much tumult this year.
I think it'll be a close game.
Yeah.
I think it would really be a close game.
I do.
And I don't think Georgia's going to win this just completely outright in terms of just dominating the game. So I'm going to put them there. And then Indiana, Notre Dame. Somebody in the chat thinks Notre Dame would dominate this football game. Indiana, this is their first time playing. We know one thing last year that we saw. If you got a bye, you struggled in your first game.
I want to see what Indiana looks like this weekend against Ohio State. But
we got Indiana beats Notre Dame from the Magnus Gaming. I see you in there.
I agree with that, though. I think we'll learn a lot about Indiana this weekend when we see them against Ohio State and how they would eventually match up against a Notre Dame. But I do think that Notre Dame is the better football team in this matchup, despite Indiana being able to potentially slow down the passing attack. And they do have some good corners. There's no doubt about it. But I do think that Notre Dame in that case is the safer pick.
How great is this? We're picking a team that very well may not even be in the playoff next week to make it to a semifinals if they were to be in it.
Wow, what a good point.
Well, that's what's cool about this, man.
Well, we only put it there because Matt is the one over here waving the Notre Dame flag high and tight. All right. Our
First
final
time
four is Ohio State, Texas Tech. We're going to go with Ohio State there. Georgia, Notre Dame. These guys running it back again.
Rematch from last year, yeah.
All right, I'm getting rid of the flag now. I'm throwing it away in the backyard. Give me the Georgia Bulldogs.
All right. Someone said none of these dudes is an athlete in the chat. Listen, we're catching everything on the chat. You're talking to Matt Sims, former NFL quarterback, baby. He was there.
You can check my 401k from the NFL, man. I'm good.
All you have to do is check. We know ball. All right, final matchup: Ohio State, Georgia. Who we got winning the championship?
Again, until proven otherwise, I don't think we can say anybody but Ohio State. Now, let's say this real quick. Indiana puts up a fight, loses by 3 points to Ohio State this weekend. Does that change our opinion on Ohio State just running train through the college football playoff this year?
It absolutely can.
I think it would,
absolutely
right?
can.
It would show they're a little vulnerable.
Yeah.
If somebody can put up points on this team, we just haven't seen it. So I don't know.
You're right. That's the big question mark. Is just offensively, can Indiana move the football consistently? Can they run the football against Ohio State? That's really going to be the big test, and really the first real test we've seen from Ohio State, other than Michigan, as far as just a team lining up and just saying we're going to push you around.
Winner of the Big Ten championship wins the Heisman.
Your boy Pavia is going to have a say in that, though.
I think if it's a low-scoring game and it's just ugly, then Pavia wins it. But if it's a competitive game where you see some touchdowns and the ball is being moved, I think the winner of the Big Ten championship wins the Heisman.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a great point, but I would have to probably lean a little bit more towards Diego Pavia and what he's done for Vanderbilt. The fact that Vanderbilt is, where they are with their first 10-win season and all that, it's hard not to directly correlate that to the quarterback, his play and his leadership.
Like I said, Vanderbilt's not going to make the college football playoffs. So if you're going to give them anything for not making it, you got to give them the Heisman. All right, there's their participation.
I just want to see I want to see Pavia in Times Square. That's what I want to see.
That would be a movie. Good for the brand, baby. Good for the brand.
I'm going. I'll be there.
Of course you. That's right. All right, we are out of time, but fear not. We will be back. Conference Championship Week. We got you covered.